Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to be doing synthetic division. I personally don't prefer this method when it comes to dividing polynomials over another polynomial. One way to do it is by using the algebraic long division, which I have done it in a separate video. I'll leave the link below in the description box so you can check it out. But one thing you need to keep in mind is that whatever you're dividing it by, for example, right here, we're dividing the top polynomial, which is a degree 3, and the bottom polynomial is first degree. So you want to make sure that the bottom is a first degree so that this algorithm works nicely. So here's how you're going to perform synthetic division. Pretty much you create a box that looks like this. And right here in this row, we're going to put down these coefficients. So the first column, we're going to put the coefficient of x cubed, second x squared, then x term, and then the constant term. So for the coefficient of x cubed, that's 1. That's right here. And for x squared, the coefficient is 2. For x term, coefficient is -1, and the constant term is 1. So I'm just collecting these numbers and putting them horizontally into that box. So just keep these in mind, and we're going to get rid of these since that's not part of the process, but have that in mind as you're working out this synthetic division. Now we're going to leave this blank, and you'll see why. Now on the outside of this box right here, you're going to put down opposite of this number right here. So when will that be equal to 0? Well, pretty much if you take that number, set it to 0, you know x equals -3. So that's the number that goes here. So pretty much the opposite of this sign that goes in there. Now let's go ahead and continue with the process. So first you bring down the first number right here, and then you're going to multiply this times that, and that goes right in there. So when I do -3 times 1, I get -3. I place it right underneath my second column, and then I add them up. So I add up this result, and that's what goes in this space right here. So -3 plus 2, I will have -1. And then you repeat the process. So you take this, multiply by that, and that number goes here. So that will be +3. And then you add them up. And you start to see pattern, add, multiply, and so on until you get to the last column. So now let's add them up. So you'll have -1 plus 3, that's 2. And then we repeat this times that goes here. So we will have -3 times 2, that's -6. And then we add them up, I get -5. And pretty much that's when you stop. Now these are the coefficient of the following terms. So since you started with degree 3, this will be the coefficient for x squared, this will be the coefficient for x, and this will be your constant term, and this right here is your remainder term. So once you have that, you pretty much write out the answer like this. So this expression is equal to 1x squared, because that's the coefficient for x squared term, -1x, and then our constant is +2. Plus, or you can put -5 since our remainder is -5 over your divisor, which is this term right here, x plus 3. So that's how you perform synthetic division. Now let's go ahead and try this one on your own. Pause the video, work it out, and then check it with me. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my box right here. So on the first row, we're going to put down these coefficients. So the first column will be for x squared, then for x, then for the constant. So my coefficient for x squared is 1. My coefficient for x is -3. My constant term is 7. If there is a term missing, you can replace it with 0 coefficient. And the number that's going to go here, it's going to be the opposite sign of this term right here. So that's going to be 2. So now we pull this down and repeat the process. Multiply, add. 2 times 1, that's 2. We add them up, you get -1. And then 2 times -1, you get -2. You add the result with 7, you get 5. And that's it. This is your remainder. And these are the coefficient for 1 degree less of this polynomial. So since we start with x squared, this is our coefficient for the x term. This is our constant term. So this can be written as 1x minus 1 plus 5 over the divisor x minus 2. So that's how you will write out your final answer. All right, so I hope this makes sense.